All right, so we're starting lesson 18, inference of two portions. Basically, just adding a second portion on there, nothing too difficult. So we'll go ahead and start with number 3, which it asks out of. We will review the PTC test tasting study with different data. Out of 70 females in a sample, 52 can taste PTC. Out of 59 males, 42 of them can taste PTC. Let P1 be the proportion of females in the population who can taste the PTC, and let P2 be the proportion of males in the population who can taste PTC. The research question for the study here is the portion of females who can taste PTC different from who can taste PTC different from the portion of males who can taste PTC. So number 3 and 4, which will obviously be 1 and 2, for the proportion of females, I got 0.743, and for PT for the males, I got 0.712. What you got?
Yep, the same.
Okay, perfect. Go for number 5.
Okay, and for the hypothesis is appropriate for addressing the research questions is going to be the last one. The P1 is equal P2, and P1 it can be P2.
Wouldn't it be number 2?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you gotta kind of
Yeah, sorry.
you gotta put the right one on.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. All right, and then
for the 95 confidence interval for P1 minus P2, I got minus 0.123, 0.0185.
Yeah, that one. That's what I got too. Nothing too difficult. Basically, the only difference on finding the interval there, the confidence interval, is you take the P1 and P2 and you subtract those, and then inside the when you find the square root, you have to find the standard deviation of both of those, add them together, and then find the square root, and then multiply it by the confidence interval and do the plus and minus to get the upper and lower bounds.
And the decision that we make, what do you do?
I wasn't sure. I didn't. This one I was kind of a little unsure on. This one you have to find the p-score, which is a long process. We can just go run through that real quick. To get the z-score and pull up the p-score on the applet. So this one's kind of a longer one. Which one is it? To get the z-score is going to be this one right here. To get the z-score, I'm gonna figure that. Kind of a long calculation, but nothing. We haven't really seen yet. I was having an issue with the second one because I wasn't finding the square root. But let me go ahead and. So it's going to be what is it?
0.05.
No, I'm talking about for the equation.
Oh.
0.743 minus 0.712, and then when you subtract the original P1 minus P2 is actually 0, because they're supposed to be equal. Divided by the square root of P, which is this one right here. So the actual P. Let me see. Yeah. So 129 divided by, what was it? What was it? What were the numbers? It was 49 or 59 plus 42. 11, 1, 101, right? Let's do this real quick. $59 plus 42 divided by 129. .783. Let me do the normal. Let me see. Oh no, it's 5242. All right, so this is the equation to find the z-score right here for this one. So I can pull it up on the applet. So then you get 1 second. 743 minus 2 times minus $170. Anyway, hold on.
¿Estás haciendo esa para cuál, perdón?
Para el 7, porque tenés.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So you have to take the you have to find the z-score first, put that in the applet, and then it'll give you the p-value, and then that's the way we can find if we reject it or not. And then you add it. 9 square root of that. Okay, so the z-score for this would be, what I got is going to be 0.430. 0.430. So let me go find the applet real quick. No, this is going to be in 7. Homework. So it's 0.437, which, yeah, so because you're just trying to find the difference of the two, or that they are different, you're going to shade in both sides, which gives you 0.6621. So therefore, you're going to reject the, since they're not equal, you're going to reject the null hypothesis. So it's going to be number 4.
Okay. And if that's the case, which of the following statement best describe the outcome of this study? And I don't know if I got this right, but I put there is insufficient evidence to suggest that the true proportion of females who can taste PTC is different from the true proportion of males.
So number 2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay.
All right. So for number 9 through 17, we're going to use the following information that was given. It says, we'll review mortality rates and the day of admission heart attacks. Study with the data. Out of how many is that? 118,519 who had heart attacks during a weekday. 16,713 had died. Out of 42,447 that had heart attacks on a weekend, 6,150 had died. Let P1 be the portion of patients heart attack who had heart attacks and were admitted on a weekday and died, and P2 be the proportion of patients who had a heart attack and were admitted on the weekends who died. The research question of the study is given here. Is the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on the weekend who died greater than the proportion of patients who have heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on a weekday who die. Use the significance of a level A equals 0.05. And number 9 asks if the conditions for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied, and yes, they are.
And which of the hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research questions? And is when the null hypothesis P1 is equal P2, and then P1 is less than P2.
So the first one.
Yeah.
Does that mean we got the? Does that mean the 5th one is wrong also?
What do you have for that one?
I got the same one as on number 10.
Mm-hmm.
I got the first one.
Mm-hmm.
P1 equals P2, and then P1 is. Oh no, sorry, I'm mixed. No, I got that. And then P1 is less than P2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make? Do you think that makes number 5 wrong then?
No, I do.
You had the initial answer correct. That it had to be 4.
Because that one is P1 and P2 is equal P2. That's the one that I used to have, but then you said that it's.
Yeah, I think you were right.
Okay. So it's the 4. Number 5. Is the 4 one, right, Andy?
Yeah, it's number 4.
Okay. And then for 11 and 12, P1 and P2 is going to be 0.141 and 0.145.
Yep. And then the z-score I got for that was negative 0.641, right?
What do you have?
Negative 0.641.
Yeah, negative 2.020.
Okay, let's go back through it then. So it's going to be, we got to find the z-score, which is going to be that big formula. Divided by.
What do you have again? Sorry.
I got negative 0.641.
Negative 0.641.
Mm-hmm. And then you gotta find those two, which was.
I think you're right.
Because the answer has to be negative.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is gonna be the formula right here, because you have P1 minus P2 minus the 0 because they're supposed to be equal, and then you find the P right here, which you add the two together, and then you find the proportion, and then you do the normal 1 minus the proportion, and then here you're gonna find the you're gonna take the two populations, and then you're going to find each one and then add them together and multiply all those together. So when you do that, so it's 142 times 1 minus. What did you get for the answer?
Yeah, minus 2.020.
Okay, when I went back and did it again, my answer is wrong, but I got negative 2.206.
Nearly 2 zeros. I got 2, 0, 2. We should go for yours.
I think because I just put it, I re-put back in the information just because there's a lot of info to put through. Because when you add the two n's together in that fraction one over the n, and then you add those two together, you get 0.000032. If I'm not mistaken. Let me check it again. 9. Yeah, I'm getting negative 2.026. I'm getting a 6 on the end of that one.
Okay. And so for number 14, given the z-score, it's gonna be to the left.
To the left.
Mm-hmm. That's what I have. I don't know what
That's
I have.
what I got. That's what I got also.
And the p-value for that is 0.022.
With the change that I did, it's going to be 0.0214. 0.0121.
So it's gonna be what?
I got 0.021 on that.
0.021, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one, I'm not quite sure about that one. What do you have for that one?
That one's gonna fail to reject the null hypothesis because the p score, the p value, is less than the
Sorry, I was talking about 17.
Oh, 17?
Yeah, sorry.
Number 16 I got, you're going to fail to reject the null
Mhm.
hypothesis.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
And 17, what do you have?
There is sufficient evidence. It's going to be number 1 because there's sufficient evidence to conclude the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted on a hospital on a weekend is greater than.
Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
How'd you get it?
Just had, you had 7, 13, 15, 16 wrong.
7.
So 16 is reject the null hypothesis instead of fail to reject.
Okay.
And the 15, I think is the p-value might be 0.022 instead of 0.021.
And you said we got 16 wrong also?
Yep.
And then what about 17?
No, that one's right.
That one's right. Okay. Let me check it.
And I think number 7 is fail to reject.
Did you get 13 wrong?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's 0.20. I mean, minus 2.
Oh, I know.
0.020.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see where I hit mine wrong. Okay.
You can change it.
Yeah, it's good. I'm done. I submitted it, so we're good to go. But hey, we did pretty decent, man.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk to you next. We'll talk to you on Thursday. All right.
Okay. See you, man.